Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing? Thanks for coming aboard an hour later today, but with good reason, because waiting in the wings at around 10 o'clock, we're going to have our special guest, Clint Hurdle, the bench coach of the Colorado Rockies, on around 10. And also, we'll have with me doing the interview Jason from 161 River Avenue. So it's going to be an action-packed interview. It should be a lot of fun. Any questions for Clint, please put it in the chat. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can, and looking forward to it. Couple of notes to let everybody know. So tonight we are going to be doing the live play-by-play right here on NY Yankee Mania, and that will start at 7 p.m. And hopefully to be joined by Ken, the Ugly Truth, a little bit later on in the broadcast. So we're looking forward of doing that. I want to say hello to just a few people right now in the chat. FG, good morning. Merck, good morning. Ken, good morning. I hope you're having fun. What you doing there? Dev Finch, how are you? Jeff, how you doing? John, how's it going? So just to name a few that's in the chat. And, so before we go into, I am not going to go into any rant. I think the Yankees know what the hell is wrong, and we need to solve it, and we need to solve it quickly. It's an inflection around the whole team right now. They showed a lot of lousy emotion last night, very frustrated. Loizaga, Mr. Lasagna, really showed frustration. I don't know if you saw that, but after the run had come in, and then he got the rest of the guys out, he took the ball and he spiked it in the dirt, in the grass. And, this isn't the Yankee way. I mean, they are very, very, very frustrated right now. Jake is saying, let's put him on. Jake is saying, hi, Joe. Much as I want to join the play-by-play, I don't think I can take any more of these games. Jake, don't worry about it. Come on in. We're all family here. Come in, and believe me, we'll have a good time tonight. Listen, if you really think the Yankees are not going to score another run the rest of the year, come on, or anything like that. I know they're going to score. I mean, just relax. Let's have fun. Let's have fun in the stream tonight. So, Jake, I'm expecting you. Don't let me down. We want to see you in the stream, okay? So, sooner or later, we are definitely going to we're going to break out of it. And I feel sorry for the pitcher that is going to get beat up because eventually, there's no question about it. Some of these, I feel sorry. I really feel sorry because the Yankees will go nuts. And it will happen soon, guys. It will happen. And hopefully with me doing the play-by-play tonight, we have the lamp, we have the neon lights, we have all you great fans. We'll get it going tonight, so don't worry about it. I want to give a quick shout-out to CT Cards' family. His mom had a pretty big operation yesterday. Things are going okay so far. So we want to send some love and some prayers to CT Cards and his family. Tell your mom we love her, and that get home real quick, and let's get back to business. Let's get back to what we love to do, and that is root for our New York Yankees. I'd like to right now, if for a couple of minutes, if he doesn't mind, who's down in the stream area, Mr. NR Media, Mr. MR Media is there, so I want to bring him up and say good morning.
Yo, good morning. What's up, everyone? What's up, Pat?
How's it going?
How you guys doing? You guys ready for Clint Hurdle?
We're ready, baby. We're ready.
You guys put your questions in the chat. Put your questions in the chat for Clint Hurdle also.
Yeah, I had put that in also. I'll tell you just quickly. The last couple of days have been very frustrating with the Yanks, and hopefully they'll get out of this funk. But what do you think this is coming from? My God. I mean, they haven't scored, I think, the whole century at this point? I mean, it seems like they haven't gotten a run since 1943. I mean, what's going on?
They haven't scored in 20 innings.
I know. It's since they won 1-0. Well, no, wait a minute. We did get the home run by Judge. So we did get the one run. And then it's the 20 innings, I guess. Yeah. Thanks, Ken, also.
20 innings, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what is going on with this team? And the frightening thing is the frustration. I mean, did you see Loizaga last night after they gave up the run? He got out of it. He spiked the ball really hard on the floor. Yankees never show that type of bad emotion. And I think that I hope Boone will address that. Or maybe Judge will have a team meeting and say, oh, let's forget about what's going on. Let's go play baseball and have fun every day. Good morning, everyday Mets. MLB sending Yankees dead baseballs. Huge scandal brewing. Wow. What do you think of that? I mean, I've heard rumblings about the dead balls. What do you think about that, Nip?
Sending Yankees dead. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Well, there are rumors flying about the dead. There are dead balls going around. I mean, I don't know. The scores aren't exactly been through the roof lately. I mean, there've been some decent games, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I can't. We can't comment. We don't know for sure, but if they I mean, obviously they will find out if something shady's going on, which I don't believe it is, but these rumors just start. He's saying my buddy's telling me the balls are squishy. All right, well, I hope not, but you know what? You still got to play, you still got to hit, and both teams have to hit, so something's got to give. I just think right now the frustration is so high. And it's with not only with Loizaga, but you saw it from Paul G. You saw it. You saw it from Volpe. You saw it from everyone in the dugout. The emotion was incredible last night. I was surprised that the camera was on each and every Yankee, and it wasn't pretty. I'll tell you, it wasn't pretty. I mean, the lineup was there. Giancarlo looked good. There was only one at bat that he looked, I mean, really, really way out there. Mm-hmm. How did he swing at a pitch in the other batter's box? I mean, he just looked awful. But then again, that's Giancarlo Stanton. He can have one bad at bat and then have 3 home runs. So that that's what you're going to get from Mr. G. So, Grissom had a couple of hits. There were a lot of fly balls, warning track. So that was, I guess, encouraging. I guess. Ken goes back-to-back shutouts, 18 innings plus 2 extra innings makes 20 innings. Last scored Saturday on the up of the 9th inning. Mert goes, I'll be honest, something's going on Belly smoked 2 balls that should have went out. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were hit very well. They died. They absolutely died at the warning track. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that in Yankee Stadium. Usually, I mean, that ball that Belly hit was scorched, and I saw 3 replays. They were hit. That was hit head on. You couldn't say, well, it hit the bottom of the bat or the barrel. No, that was hit head on, man. And that ball died. What is going on? That is a great question for everybody. But, I'm not going to sit here and people, start accusing that There's no reason for it. If anything, they're going to want the ball to go out of the ballpark to get excitement. There's no excitement in these games right now. You literally, not for nothing, but you can honestly fall asleep watching the game right now.
Yeah.
Along with getting frustrated. So I mean, I don't. Years ago, people were saying, oh, they're doctoring the ball because they want all these home runs. So now we're saying that they're doctoring the ball because they don't want home runs. Doesn't make any sense. Ken is going, can we please sit Rice tonight? There's a good possibility. Everyday Met says Paul Goldschmidt fly out hit in the 10th inning was suspicious. Goldie smoked that ball. Guys, you're all bringing that up in the chat, but I am not going on record saying that there's anything going on. I mean, if they find something, great, but there is no way I
don't think Ben Rice will play today. I think they're going to put Paul Goldschmidt in. I think.
Well, back at first base, yeah. And also, Rice looked not the greatest on 2 pop-ups last night. He almost botched one, and I don't think it was that windy. So I don't know. Rice is a little shaky in the field, and and he's not the greatest of catchers. He has no arm, so that's the problem there. So there's a lot to be desired right now. FG says. They don't want Judge to outshine Ohtani. I don't think that's true, man. It doesn't make any sense. 2 of the bigger markets, they're going to want the markets there. That's what makes MLB a lot of money. The Yankees and the Dodgers. So I don't. Listen, we're all entitled to our opinion. I just don't think there's anything shady going on. I just think the Yankees have hit in some bad luck, and they've just had. I mean, look at it this way: to show you the Yankees' luck, go back to the play where the Dominguez was running from second to third. Okay, would have made it easily, and there was a ground ball hit right to the base where Dominguez was going to be tagged out at the same time. He's ready to slide. So if that's not a coincidence, nothing is. The Yankees are just in a bad luck streak right now. Luckily, they're still in first place. Luckily, they still, there's a lot of time to regroup. I know we're frustrated, but don't worry about it, everyone. One blue pit is all they need, and they are one blue pit away from exploding. And trust me, when they start hitting, they're going to explode. Because
Clint Hurdle's a bench coach for Colorado, not the hitting coach. What's up, Stephen B?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I am not going to sit here and ask him. I'm sorry, people, but I am not going to ask him if what he thinks about the ball. First of all, he's in Colorado. So it's a different atmosphere anyway. And I'm not going to ask the question, does he think that, and put him on the spot like that. I would not do that. And there's no way I'm going to do that. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but we're not going to talk about anything shady. It's just not going to happen. Not on my watch. The Yankees may have just begun their usual June swoon. That's possible. That's very possible. Listen, again, now do you see how important those games that they had blown with not hitting in the clutch and when not winning the extra innings? What was that?
No, Steven said, I'm good, Nathan. Thanks for getting so many guests on so many channels. We appreciate you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's very true.
But Merck, he is not the hitting coach. He's a bench coach for Colorado, Merck.
Gotcha. And Dev Finch says maybe we'll weather it. Oh, we definitely will. I mean, come on. Tonight is a different game. It's just one of those. The Yankees have been unlucky the last few days. It's as simple as that. The pitching is there. Clark Smith did very well. You can't fault that. They could have won each and every one of these games, but it went against them. So now we're gonna turn. We got to turn the tide, and we will. So hang in there, folks. Hang in there. Okay, you can't. First of all, if you say, "Oh, I don't want to. I can't take it anymore." You're still 2.5 games up in first place. Imagine the teams that are 12 games out. I mean, I know just a week ago we were 6, 7 games up. I understand that. But would you rather have a slump now or in October? Let's get it out of our systems now, guys. Let's get it out. Maybe they hit rock bottom last night with that play at third base.
Yep.
That was it. But to continue to say, there's no hope. That's impossible. Come on. Let's be real here. I'm sure after the game, they must have had a nice talking, and they must have said, okay, listen, tomorrow we come out and we start playing Yankee-style baseball, and let's do it. And I'd be very surprised if they get shut out tonight, guys. You know what? If they get shut out tonight, I'm going to agree with everybody. There's something going on, okay? And that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen.
I think they're going to score some runs today. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, after 20 innings.
Yeah.
Listen, even if it's a dead ball, how come the other team could score and we can't? Makes no sense. So there's no theory, there's no rhyme to reason. Just hang on, enjoy the game, enjoy for what it is. We will, you are going to have fun, and just take it the way it is, guys, really. Let's talk about, let's see, upcoming now, the Yankees. Now they're facing a pitcher again with a 5 ERA. I was talking with Ken just a little while ago, and he goes, that's the worst thing they need right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's face it, if it's either they get a guy with a 5 ERA or a 1 ERA or a 2 ERA, they're not hitting anybody. So sooner or later, they're going to have to face somebody that they're going to, and I feel sorry for that pitcher because he's going to get whacked all around that stadium. Sooner or later, the Yankees are going to go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be forgetting about this and moving on. So, again, everybody, any questions for Clint Hurdle, which should be coming up in about 12 to 15 minutes from now, please put it into the chat. I will try to get to each and every one of it as much as we can. And we have some, we'll have a really good time with Clint, and we'll go over a lot of his career, how he got to where he is, and the difference maybe in baseball between when he was playing and now.
Don't forget his book.
His book,
yes.
Yes.
And being the bench coach for the Rockies and coming back full circle with the Rockies too.
100%. 100%. Would you like to,
What's up, Bill?
Is there, yesterday, I don't know, did you get to see Ohtani pitch?
Yeah, he did pretty good, actually. I think it was, one inning, I think?
1 inning, yeah. I think he gave up a run.
Yeah, no strikeouts, no walks.
Right. But he did throw pretty hard, and that was a bullpen game, and the Dodgers came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight will probably be the first appearance of Devers being on the Giants, so that should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's going to be that's going to be cool. Let's go back to the chat. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Oh, I feel like I'm in Christmas now. But the fire is so delightful, and since we're no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Good one, Ken. All right, Kenny boy. Like that. Good takeaway. Schmidt going past 6th inning. Starting pitching is doing its job, and the bullpen looks back. And bad hitting, and ugly Volpe.
Is Jason
Oh,
here?
here we go. We're not going to hit on Volpe now, guys. Come on.
Oh,
It is not, and none of this is one's person's fault. Come on. Everything, it just happened. It's a coincidence. And I know you're hopping on the play that about Dominguez at third. Was not his fault. He was running the third, and the luck would have it is that the ball came to exactly where he was going to. It's just a coincidence, guys. There's not a dead ball. You can't prove it, and I am not going to defend. I am not going to sit here and defend that because there's nothing wrong with the ball unless you prove it. Anyway, waiting in the wings here is another really cool cat. And we're going to bring him in, Jason from 161 River Avenue. Good morning, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
How you doing?
Help us out, Jason. They are pretty hostile, saying that the ball is dead and something is wrong and some shady stuff is going on. Please tell them what you think.
Well, Ace Avenue shared an article with me yesterday. Chris McCutcheon also said, former player, Andrew McCutcheon, said somebody was telling him that the balls are being manipulated to kind of offset the torpedo bats. But that's all we know right now. There are some balls that I think that, like guys like Bellinger and Goldschmidt hit that look like they died in the outfield, but I also have to factor in it was raining last night. So, that could be a contributing factor too. So, until we know more, it's no point overreacting about this stuff.
No, I
we
mean,
don't know enough.
Right. And also, I mean, a lot of it was coincidence too. I mean, what's his name? Dominguez running into third base and the ball just happens to hit over there. It's the luck they're going through. It's a tailspin right now. Yeah. But, I am not touching the fact of a dead ball. There's no rhyme to reason of it. Listen, it's for other teams too.
Yeah, we just don't know enough yet. So it's pointless to go down that road.
Guys, make sure in the chat, put your questions down for Clint Hurdle, so he'll answer some of your questions also. So, Jason, you ready for Clint Hurdle?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Joe, you can drop me soon if you want because it's getting to that time. So.
Okay, no problem. All right, so we'll see you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Okay, Nick?
Enjoy the show.
Try to come on the live chat for the play-by-play tonight. All right.
I'll try because I'll be live from Trent Thunder. We have to cover that game.
Oh, cool. Great. Oh, well, give us a report.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
All right.
Thank you. All right, Jason. So your thoughts right now, what are you seeing? Are you a little concerned with the major frustrations the Yankees are showing?
No.
Loizica last night taking that ball and spiking it in front of the cameras.
One of the biggest complaints is that the Yankees don't care, right?
Right.
That shows that's baloney.
Right. I mean, the whole team basically they showed on camera last night.
Yeah.
That was frustrating.
A team that cares is going to be frustrated. They're going through this. But again, they're not the only ones going through it. The Mets just got swept. The Dodgers got swept. So this happens to first place teams every year. So, and this is not exclusive to the Yankees.
Right.
And I think it's important to keep that in mind. And, it's just part of the game, unfortunately.
Well, what were your impressions on, I know it was a small sample, on Giancarlo Stanton last night?
Happy. It's good to, I'm glad to see him back. 2 for 4, hit the ball really hard. And, it's nice to see him because generally when he starts to, and he's been hitting for a little while now, but when he's, on the verge of heating up, he starts to hit a lot of singles and doubles. So I like where he's at. So hopefully he'll continue to build on that. So, but I do give him frequent rest too.
Ken in the chat says, I really hope that they sit Ben Rice. What's your feeling on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I think on occasion, I think rotating days off, like you sat Goldschmidt, you sat a couple of these other guys. Rice could use a day off until they have somebody who represents, lead off at the top. They're going to continue to mix match their lineups because they have to.
No, I agree.
It has nothing
totally
to do with
agree.
him mismanaging a lineup. He doesn't have the weapon he needs. So, and that's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Did you happen to catch just to go around the league a little bit? Did you happen to catch Ohtani pitching last night?
Nah. I have no interest in Ohtani.
No interest? Okay. Yeah, no, well, that's fair enough.
Mhm.
I just happened to take a peek at it, and, the Dodgers were again lucky last night. I mean, they went to a bullpen. They really have some good arms out there, though. They really have.
They load up on big arms in the pen. And it's probably good that they have Ohtani back because they shut down Roki Sasaki indefinitely.
Right.
There's no timetable for his return now because of his shoulder problem. So it's probably good that they have any. They're missing Snell. They're missing Glasnow, and I think Gonsolin's on the IL now too. So they're missing a lot of pitching. So they're probably relieved to have Ohtani back, and they'll probably continue to build on what he did yesterday. Next time he can go 2 or 3 innings and get to the point where he can throw probably 5 innings or 6, and I think they'll be happy with that.
What do you have interpretations now of the Giants? Do you think they're going to be a big threat to the Dodgers? Do you think, all of a sudden now he's saying, oh, I'll play wherever they want me to play. If they want me to play first, I'll play first.
It just, to me, it shows there was some kind of beef in Boston. There's so many different stories. I don't know what to believe, but the fact is he did not, his actions spoke louder than his words. He flat out refused to move positions in Boston. So, and that's
ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's what we know. I mean, but them hearing there was a beef with him and Breslow, so we just don't know what the real story is. But the fact that he's shown to be willing to do that in San Francisco, my guess is the Dodgers are probably going to have to counter this move, and the Padres are probably going to counter this move. So, because that's I don't think there's going to be a trade at the deadline that's going to be bigger than that. That's probably the trade.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
So,
do you think the Dodgers answer with something?
Something.
Maybe with the Red Sox again for Duran or somebody.
No,
they don't have a story.
Duran, I can see go to the Padres.
Okay. How about Trevor Story?
Where would the Dodgers play him?
True. I don't know. They just, the Dodgers, they'll just pick up people for picking them up. And
I don't see them trading with the Boston Red Sox. I'll see them trading with a different team.
Yeah.
Not the Red Sox. I don't know if the Red Sox have what the Dodgers would need. But this is, to me, it's addition by subtraction with the Boston Red Sox. So they got rid of a guy who was becoming a malcontent there, right?
Right.
And they have a young, really dynamic nucleus, young team. And, they want to be led by good energy and stuff like that. So they got rid of a potential problem. They cleared off over $200 million. They added some pitching. They added, I think, the 14th pick in last year's draft also.
Right.
So they added some talent. They did add some talent, but they also got rid of their best hitter. So, and the fact is too, the crazy thing, they didn't even shop Devers. They're shopping Story and they're shopping Yoshida right now.
Right.
But they never even shopped Devers. So this just
but
happened.
You could see the malcontent. He hit a home run and he just went straight to the bench. Basically, one person was talking to him in the top of the bench. So, well, Jason, we have the star of the show's coming up, and we're going to welcome in Clint Hurdle, the bench coach of the Colorado Rockies. Clint, thank you so much for joining us. How you doing this morning?
Well, you're welcome. I'm surprised that I'm the star of the show. I thought you guys were the stars of the show.
No. You're the player. You're the man. Are you kidding me? By the way, Clint, first of all, welcome to NY Yankee Mania. Thank you. We also have Jason from 161 River Avenue. He also will fielding you some questions, and we will have some questions from the fans in the chat if you don't mind. So, first of all, welcome. How you feeling? How you doing? And let's start it off. How did we become a ball player? And at what age did you know you were going to be a baseball player?
Well, okay. 2 hard-hitting, riveting questions right away. My first introduction to baseball would have been about the age of 5. My dad took me by the hand. He walked me out in the backyard. He looked down at me and said, "Son, you want to play catch?" And I said, Dad, what are we going to catch? And he said, I'm a big baseball fan, and I've got a couple gloves here and a couple balls, and I thought it may be something that you might like. I was like, sure. You want to be like your dad. And if your dad liked baseball, you wanted to give it a shot. So my dad and I put on our gloves. We started playing catch, and we're still playing catch. 62 years later, I'm blessed to have my dad still with me.
God bless.
We played catch on his 91st birthday.
All right.
January 10th. Actually, we played chase because we chased the ball more than we caught it. The game of catch has digressed a little bit over the years, but the spirits were the same. The love for the game's been the same. So it was early on, the age of 5, that I started to fall in love with the game of baseball. I didn't really realize. I probably realized, first of all, that I thought I had a shot at being a ball player my freshman year in high school. And at that time, freshmen were 10th graders. High school was 10 through 12. And we had an All-American fullback linebacker named Waldo Williams, who already had a scholarship offer to Florida State to play football, as our catcher on our baseball team. And a lot of pro scouts were coming to watch Waldo. After a few games into the season, I was walking away and going to meet my dad after the game. And a guy in a baseball hat with a clipboard and a stopwatch came running up to me and said, "Hey, my name's George Zuro. I'm with the Cincinnati Reds. I just wanted to tell you I came to watch Waldo Williams play today, but I'm really glad I got to see you. I think you got a shot at being a ball player." He shook my hand. He shook my dad's hand. George and I, although I wasn't drafted by the Reds, George and I remained friends for probably 40-some years until he passed.
Wow.
Incredible guy, incredible man. But at that time, my freshman year, I figured, well, if a major league scout thinks I may have a shot, maybe I got a shot.
Wow. Your first impression, like when you walked on a ball field, we'll bypass a little bit of the high school and all that. Just getting on the field, a lot of people have asked me, Joe, whenever you talk to a player, a former player, what's it like to hit the ball field, to hit wherever, Cincinnati or the Mets or Pittsburgh or Colorado? What's it like to just go in there and go, wow, I made it? What's your feeling? What goes through your mind? What goes through your family mind? What's the feeling like?
Well, there's a sense of accomplishment, but I think we need to be reminded. I needed to be reminded. There's a lot of fingerprints on success. And there were a lot of fingerprints on my success. My dad made tremendous sacrifices. My mother made sacrifices. At one point in time, my dad was working third shift, which means he went to work at around 10 o'clock and came home at around, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then there was another time he's working second shift where he was leaving in the afternoon and coming back very early in the morning. So there was times when my mom would take me to my games. There was times when my mom would play catch with me in the backyard. And actually, there was a point of discernment for me that one day I'm throwing and I'm pitching, and my mom gets a mitt, not even a catcher's mitt, but she gets a mitt and she gets down to the catcher's stand. She says, "Look, I'm going to call pitches, so we're going to really try and play this out real." So my mom's putting down signs. I mean, I got like 2 pitches, and she's putting down all these signs. I'm like, slow down. I don't have that many pitches. But everything I threw to her, she could catch. So part of me was like, this is kind of cool, but at the same time going, my goodness, if my mom can catch me, how nasty is my stuff? My stuff might not be very, very good. But my mom was involved. My 2 sisters would come out and shag balls on weekends, bring the family dogs. Obviously, so many coaches along the way. However, when you get to that point at the major leagues, I mean, it is like that movie goes through your mind. You can remember back to when you were 5, when you were 10, 20, 15. And I can remember walking on the field for my first real major league game. I got called up in September. I didn't play for probably a week when I got called up. Everybody else played. It just didn't work out. And the day I got put in the lineup was a Sunday day game in Kansas City, A&P Day. Remember A&P supermarkets?
Oh, of course.
40,000 people in Royal Stadium, Sunday afternoon. Mom and Dad are there. I mean, pregame BP I was overwhelmed knowing that I'm going to play in a major league game. I was very, very excited, nervous, anxious. And then for that all to unfold and you go out and play in the field, you come in, you take your turn at bat. In my first turn at bat, before I hit, Charlie Lau, the legendary hitting coach, sat me down. He goes, "Hey, you're probably a little excited today. Why don't you just take the first pitch? Just get a look at it." I'm like, "Yeah, Charlie, that's good. I'll do that." I go up to hit Glenn Abbott, a big right-hander throwing for the Mariners, and he throws one, and it was one of those moments where it's the biggest pitch. It's the biggest pitch I've ever seen. The pitch is this big, and I go, "I got to take it. No, I need to hit it. Take it, hit it." I get the barrel out just enough to check swing, hit a 3-hopper to third base, run down the line, thrown out by 45 feet. I get back to the dugout, and my teammates are just roasting me. First big league at bat, heralded rookie, all this noise. And then I check swing, first pitch, 3-hopper to third. So they cook me. After they get done cooking me, Charlie pulls me aside and he goes, "I thought we were going to take the first pitch." I said, "Yeah, Charlie, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry." He goes, "Well, hopefully that's over with your next at bat." He goes, "Go ahead, be ready to hit. And if you see something you like, get your swing off." So I did, and I hit a ball. It may still be the farthest ball I ever hit. My second at bat was a home run that hit the top of the waterfall and bounced out of the stadium.
Ouch.
Out of the stadium. Somebody came in with a ball. I don't know if it's a real ball. I don't know if a guy pulled a ball in from his trunk and just said, "Here's a ball." But anyway, I have a home run ball that I think's a home run ball for my first major league hit. But all those, my mom and dad were there. My sisters were there. There's so many emotions flooding. I'll tell you one of the coolest things, though, is a little over, what's today's date? Today we're at the 17th.
17th.
So it would have been April 18th, almost 2 months ago. I got back in a major league uniform after being away for 5 years. And when I went out on the field, or for the anthem, for the game that night in Colorado, all the same emotions welled up. I've been blessed, I think, with a humility that I've never taken a day in uniform for granted. I'm not a guy to say, "What's the worst stadium you played in the big leagues?" And I'll give you a name. None of them are the worst. The major league stadiums. There's no clubhouse that's horrible. It's a major league clubhouse.
Right.
And to get back in uniform and just know that still there were a lot of people involved in that opportunity. And to be thankful and grateful, I don't take anything for granted. I'm in Washington now. We played a game last night. We won it big, coming back late, 3 runs in the ninth. All the excitements I used to have as a kid, I still got at 67. So it's pretty cool.
You're still a young pup, and you're ready. You can hit them out of any ballpark, my friend. You can hit them anywhere. There is one question from a comment from Real Bill. He says, 1978 Sports Illustrated cover Clint Hurdle, this year's phenom. What do you remember about that, and how proud were you to see you on that cover of Sports Illustrated?
Well, I remember it like it was yesterday. I still get copies mailed to my house, signed, 3 copies a month to this day.
Wow.
Sports Illustrated covers are a collector's item, and they're on eBay. You can find them. You can find mine. I was never proud of it because I don't know what I accomplished to get on it. It made me more anxious probably than anything else. I took a ribbing in the clubhouse. Kids got, 25 days of major league service. He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. There's guys that have been in the big leagues 10, 15 years that never been on the cover of any magazine.
Right.
So it was more of one of, what's going to happen now? So there were a lot of expectations. There were a lot of unmet expectations. There was a lot of pressure that came with it. At the time, I probably didn't even realize I was trying to make everybody happy, please everybody. Anyway, it was a great learning experience through it all. At the end of it all, tremendous learning experience. Now I look at it and I just smile. I look at that young kid, and it's one of those. If I could tell that 20-year-old, what I know now, if I could have told him back then, it might have helped him along the way. But life's not a dress rehearsal. You learn as you go, and hopefully you learn the lessons when they come your way, so you don't continue to get the same lesson over and over again. But it led me to a place of understanding that I need to be at peace with myself. I need to do things that make me comfortable and happy first, and then maybe it'll make some other people happy. Some other people, will appreciate it. But trying to please everybody, that is a definite way to make sure you don't please everybody.
No, you're right. Good, Jason.
I was just going to say, first of all, happy Father's Day to you and your dad.
Thank you.
So, compounding what you were talking about, learning experience, you played 3 seasons of winter ball too. What was the approach? How did you implement that? How did you complement that with the major league experience? Were you there to work on specific components of your game to bring back to the game? Like, what was the learning experience there for you?
Each one was different. And I actually went 4 years. I went later on to the Dominican. I played 3 years in Venezuela for the Tiburones de la Guaira, and I played 1 year in the Dominican for the Leones de Escogido. First one was I was coming out of one of the best AAA seasons a young player ever had. I was the MVP of the American Association in 1977, I think at the age of 19. So I was going to even play stiffer competition that winter to get ready for spring training, try and make the club. Those were days when a lot of big leaguers played winter ball. Not so much everyday players, but maybe guys that didn't get innings in, guys that were hurt, pitchers, players. On my club alone, Juan Berenguer, John Wathan, Jose Cardinal, I'm trying to think, Gene Kleins, Aurelio Monteagudo. You guys can remember that name. You can throw it out. But I mean, there was a lot of big leaguers that would come down and play. It was a very competitive league. So the first year it was for competition to get ready. The next year is because I had a bad year and they wanted me back. I hit 18 home runs. I tied the existing home run record at the time. Winter ball was an incredibly good experience for me because it got me out of my comfort zone in so many different ways. Didn't speak the language. Took 3 years of Spanish in high school. Helped me just a little bit, but I learned my Spanish in the street. I learned it with the people. Get out of your comfort zone. Learn how other people live. Become more grateful and thankful for the things you have when you see what they don't have. The fans, it's like a college football atmosphere. It's tremendous. Very good experience for me. The second year I went back, I knew where I was going. I knew the people I was working with, and I'd had a bad year. I'd been up and down from the big leagues to the minor leagues in 79. 81 there was a strike year involved where I went and played to make up some time, and I was hurt. And then when I got traded from the Royals to the Reds, I happened to be in winter ball again, and I was playing for Felipe Alou, which was a tremendous experience that you don't get any other way if you don't play for him in the big leagues. I got to play for Felipe Alou, and I was in there, and I got traded to the Reds, and Johnny McNamara and the Reds brass came down and said hello and introduced me to them. Each experience brought an opportunity to learn something different, or to reignite yourself, rebuild your game. I encourage players today to go, but it's hard to get players to go. Forget about the full season, to even go for half a season. People just don't want to leave the States. We kind of cocoon up. But when you get outside the States and see what it's like there, there's so much to be learned. There's so much. I just think there's so many good opportunities to become a better player and a better person when you get outside that comfort zone and go somewhere else and play.
How many games usually is winter ball?
Well, at the time, they were around 60. And each year I played a full season. I didn't go down half seasons. I played the full season. The other thing it did for me, obviously, I picked up the language, and I was able to use that in coaching and managing, and I use it now. We have 3 Latin players, and we've got a handful of Latin pitchers I can speak to in Spanish, which, if nothing else, it's a more comfortable conversation for them because they're not trying to speak English. And they can laugh at my Spanish if I say something wrong, but it just becomes more of a human experience. It helped me through coaching, managing. It's helping me now. But it also gave me a greater appreciation when I was a player for the Latin players that would come over the States and all the challenges they would have to meet. A lot of them aren't just representing themselves. They're providing income for, half dozen family members or more than that back home. And plus they're learning an American language, and they're in big cities, and they're trying to figure it all out, so I could provide a much more helpful hand than I could have if I'd never gone.
we have a question for you, Clint, from Jake. Being a former manager, what do you consider the biggest challenges facing managers in today's game as opposed to yesterday's game?
Well, I can kind of relate to that. The game has changed a lot. I was in a clubhouse in 2019, and I'm in a clubhouse now. I'd be in and out of clubhouses for a few years. I was 4 years. I was a special assistant to the general manager of the Rockies. That's what I've been. I work 2 weeks a month, and that's up and down the minor league chain where I visit the minor league affiliations. I spend Tuesday through Sunday. I watch 6 games. I share with the manager, the coaches, the players, the pitchers, whatever. Then I go back to Colorado, give a report. So I would be in Colorado maybe 3-4 times a year to see the major league team, maybe on the road, maybe at home. But that's just a fingerprint. You don't get the feel or the touch of what's going on, really. And I didn't stay up really with the rule changes. I was aware of them, but I never had to implement them. I never had to work with them. The game has changed a lot in 5 years since I've been gone. The biggest challenge now is, I think, the volume of people you need to work with. The volume of people that are involved in the major league operation. Now, when you talk about my last staff meeting, we may have had 15 to 18, which was for me a lot, because my first staff meeting, it was just the coaches and an advanced scout. There was about 7 or 8 of us.
Right.
That number grew over time and exponentially. And now, in some cases, there's 40 people in the meeting room getting ready for a 4-game series. You bring in the analyst, the nutritionist, recovery specialist, load management specialist, and to try and develop a meaningful relationship with each one of them. It's time consuming. I used to love when all that was done. I would go to the dugout a half an hour before the game, wherever we were, which would usually give me a good 10 to 15 minutes of peace and quiet on the bench, because not everybody runs down there half an hour before the game. The players don't even go half an hour. They may be out in the outfield stretching, but I had quiet time. I could watch them water the field. I can smell the grass that was just cut that day. You can smell the popcorn and the hot dogs in the background. You can see the people starting to come in. It was my favorite time of day because nobody could get to me. There were no other decisions to be made to prep for the game. It was just anticipation. In 15 minutes, I'm going to get to sit back and watch a Major League Baseball game. And I love that. And I still do the same thing today.
Thank you for breaking that down, because I talk to the fans a lot. Like, I think often fans don't understand the perspective either from the dugout or the front office or the combination of the two. And sometimes opinions are formed on incomplete information. So I thank you for relaying a perspective, because it gives us a great understanding of the inner workings and all the components that you've got to deal with. You're dealing with multiple legs of the spider now, right? Generally, the reflex now is to blame the manager for anything that happens, and it's not always the case. So I greatly appreciate you expanding on that with your insight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A couple of people have asked us, Clint, that take us through the week of the trade deadline. What goes through the process? And were you always in on a lot of it? Did they ask managers' opinions? Were you sitting on it? Is it as crazy as they say it is, or is it calm than we really think?
No, I think I was fortunate. In both organizations I worked with, general managers who included me in pretty much all of it. There were some conversations I know they had that I had no business being a part of. But at the end of the day, the information that I needed, I was given or I was asked about. I never was blindsided with a trade, nor were my coaching staff. I worked for men. Dan O'Dowd and Neil Huntington were pros as far as clarity, communication, cohesion, both of them above average. I've got friends that manage and coach it that it wasn't always the same. People do business differently, but the 2 men I worked for, the organizations I spent a bulk of 17 years, Colorado and Pittsburgh, managing. There were trade deadlines where it was very calm. We really didn't have people to move, or people didn't want the people that we wanted to move. And then I had sometimes where there's 4 or 5 trades made. There was a lot going on. I can remember in Colorado a few a few times when we had a lot of activity.
Mm-hmm.
And, then you got to call the player in. It's a lot. And it needs to be handled professionally. And we always need to remember these are human beings we're dealing with.
Yep.
And there's usually a family tied to that human being. But probably the most active one would have been in 2013, the trading deadline. Neil acquired John Buck, Marlon Byrd, Justin Morneau, a couple other relievers. We brought in 4 or 5, 6 guys at the trade deadline, and we were already a good team. We were already trending up. That was the year that we broke the 20-year consecutive losing season. We had 21 years without a playoff appearance. But we brought in, almost 25% of a new ball club. And when you do that, you got to outboard people.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of activity going on. And, you rely on your coaches and you get some of your coaches involved. But there needs to be face-to-face communication whenever there can be with the men that are leaving and obviously the men coming in. And I was very proud of the way Neil was always able to handle it. And I was very happy and proud of the way Dan O'Dowd was always able to handle it. So I've been on both sides of it. Little activity, mild activity, no activity, and then where it's just been kind of nuts. And obviously, you see other teams, there's some blockbusters that go on at that time too that, get a lot more attention.
Is it generally the general manager and the agents that are the two folks in the war room and then kind of relaying information out to the coaches and managers when it comes to the trade deadline?
Yeah, I would anticipate that. I know that the general manager also ends up working with either the president or the owner based on what's going to happen to the budget. If you're going to add payroll, if you're going to subtract payroll, how that plays out. He's usually got a lieutenant or a few lieutenants that he's working with as well. The biggest war room I've ever been involved in, though, I should have said this, one of the biggest trade deadlines was in 2010. The Texas Rangers. I had been fired in 2009. I joined the Rangers in 2010. And another team that brought in about 6 guys at the trade deadline. And we were in a room with scouts, all the coaches, John Daniels, A.J. Preller, Thad Levine. You want to talk about a nice hierarchy of major league, either general manager or future general managers. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen because the way they did it was completely different than the other. We were all together. I mean, we met in the morning till we had to go to the park because we were on the road. And my gosh, we brought in Christian Guzman, Jeff Francoeur, Cliff Lee earlier, Molina.
Right.
I mean, it was absolutely nuts, the guys that we brought in at that time. And it bolstered our team. It was another year we went to the World Series that year. Based on a lot of the moves. Pardon me?
Yeah, Josh Hamilton too, didn't you?
Josh Hamilton the entire year. That was the year he was the MVP. I was a hitting coach that year.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero, Nelson Cruz, Michael Young, Ian Kinsler.
God.
You want to talk about a good club?
Yeah, that was the club that gave the Yankees a lot of fits. Let me tell you.
We were able to run the Yankees out of the playoffs that year. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. While we're on the subject, let's talk a little bit about your book. What's going on there? And congratulations. We wish you all the luck in the world with the book.
Yeah, the book, it just kind of happened. I've been asked to co-author a book for probably since 2007, after the Rockies went to the World Series. There were authors in Denver and some other sports authors that said, this is a great story. A book needs to be written about it. And I always felt as long as I was in uniform, I didn't want to write a book. It takes a lot of time. I thought, I talked to people who'd written them. It takes a lot of time. You research. It could be a distraction, I'm thinking. So I didn't do it there. We went to the World Series in 2010. Another group of people write a book. Plus, my own life story's been kind of crazy. The Sports Illustrated, the can't miss phenom who missed, then turns into baseball turned out to be the best time I've had in baseball is when I decided to stop playing through my coaching and managing. The playing part was really hard. The other stuff, it was hard as well, but I seemed to have more success doing it. And then in Pittsburgh, we had a 3-year run there where we were as good as any team in baseball. We were tough. 13, 14, 15. We weren't the homecoming team you schedule anymore. So opportunities to write books were presented, turned them all down. When I walked away from the game in 2019, after about a year, I had a guy revisit, Dave Burchett, who produced the TV games for the Rangers. He had talked to me about writing a book. I said, no. He reframed it and said, how about we write a book together and we'll share lessons learned in life through sport.
Mm.
I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I got back to him about a week later. I said, yeah, I'd like to do that. That would be good. I'm out of uniform. I got no skin in the game. And it wasn't a rat out tell-all book. This was going to be a book for all ages. It just happened to be, the lessons happened to be through his eyes as a producer of baseball and through my eyes, a guy that coached, played, and managed baseball. We worked on it 2 years, and then when we went to find a publisher, we couldn't get a publisher. We continually were told, you're male, pale, and stale. 2 over 60-year-old white men. The demographic is going to be this big. We won't sell enough books. So anyway, we got mad. We got sad. We looked for another angle. And Dave asked me, he says, well, you have my friends. I have a friend named John Gordon, who is a well-respected author, 17 bestsellers. He said, have John read the book, see what he thinks. John read the book. John said, it's not wrapped right, Clint. It's 2 guys. No, he said, what you need to do is write a book. John has spoken to my teams over the years. He's spoken to a lot of major league teams, college football teams, pro football teams. We've been friends 15 years. He goes, you need to talk about your life story, the lessons you've learned the hard way, and share those. And he goes, look at it. He goes, I've been keeping hurdleisms, things I've heard you say in the locker room and other places. You need to write a book on hurdleisms. I'm like, hurdleisms? There's only 2 isms I've ever heard of. That's stingleisms and yogiisms. And I'm not, that's rare air. I'm not messing with those. He says, no, I'm telling you, this will work. Anyway, he finally dared me. Basically, he dared me because he goes, why don't you write a book? And I gave him like 5 reasons. He goes, so you're afraid. And that kind of made me mad. And I gave him 5 reasons why I wasn't afraid. So he goes, yeah, you're just really afraid. And I thought about it for a second, guys. And you know what? I was just afraid. What would people think? What if it's no good? What if it doesn't sell? Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done it before. He said, you're feeling what every other author in the world has ever felt before they wrote a book.
Of course.
He said, just do it. Take one step at a time. He goes, you were the guy that said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. He said, do it one bite at a time. So I got in front of the publishers at Wiley. I made my elevator pitch. I scratched out a couple chapters. And after a couple different discussions, 2 or 3 discussions, they wanted to write a book with me. We took a month and a half to prep. I wrote for 9 months on nothing but plane trips. I wrote for 9 months on hurdleisms. We took 25 of them. We broke them down into, season parts of the baseball season. And then a month and a half to make sure some of the stories I told were actually real stories and weren't made up in my mind. I had to call some buddies and some friends because we have the tendency to forget, or as my wife says, I like to do, over-embellish the story. And I wanted to make sure I got it right. So it was a year project. We hit the presses. I got the book in my hand sometime last fall. The book is out. It's on Amazon.com. It's in bookstores near you. The book is doing very well. I'm very humbled. But the best part of it is I get letters and emails, social media. Young girls, young boys, adolescents, teenagers, moms, dads, CEOs. It's far-reaching. It's touching everybody, and that's been the biggest blessing because all I wanted to do was. I've gone through some hard things, as I share in the book. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been divorced twice. I've been fired. I've been released. I've been cut. I've been traded, but I've also had some mountaintop successes. I've been to a World Series 3 times.
Yes.
I've been fortunate to be blessed playing with some of the best players in the world, Hall of Fame players. I was at Cooperstown last July with Todd Helton, who brought me with his group when he got inducted. So the blessings are plentiful. The lessons learned, I just think they're good for other people to realize they're not alone. If they're in a hard spot, there's somebody else who's been in a hard spot and was able to work out of it, but it takes action. And I needed to ask for help in a lot of different ways. So that was the idea behind the book. It's out now, as I said, Amazon.com. You can probably order it today and get it in 2 days. It's a comfortable read. It's 144 pages. It's not a manifesto, and it's not I told you so. It's pretty raw. and rare about a man that just has met some challenges and feels like it's come out on the other side.
I just ordered it.
Yeah,
Oh,
as a matter of fact, I'm going to be putting it on a link on NY Yankee Mania, and I will definitely order it. By the way, you have a shutout from Brendan Puffer from yesterday. He personally told me, please say hello to Clint because he's the man. I have a question. He's 10 times asking me, what is your favorite baseball movie? Please answer that because I'll never hear the end of it.
My favorite baseball movie to this day is the first Major League. Major League. I probably it was just that's me. That was mine. I've watched them all. They are so many good ones. My kids I've watched Sandlot probably more than any other baseball movie because of two kids growing up. But Major League is the one that still, if I'm flipping through channels and I'm just kind of looking for and it's just TBS, boom, I'm on and I watch it wherever it's at till the end of it. Major League's my favorite.
Well, yeah, MLB Network usually has that on along with with Major League 2 and I like that, but you know what? In an inspiring story, my all-time favorite is the Lou Gehrig story.
The Lou Gehrig story is a classic. Yeah. And you know what? 61's a classic. 42's a classic. I mean, I've watched them all, but for me, there's times when if I'm going to get in front of a screen, more often than not, I'm looking to laugh. Because I read a lot. And I don't read funny books. I read books to learn. Some of them may have some comedy in them, some humor in them, like hopefully my book does. But when I get in front of a TV, I'm the guy that's watched Dumb and Dumber 12 times, and my wife just rolls her eyes at me every time I watch it. But I'm that guy. Give me an Adam Sandler movie. I'm in. I just look. That's my release. But I honor all the movies, the efforts from everybody. And I will tell you this about the Yankee. The Yankee, I see that, the hat, the cap, the cane. My dad was such a Yankee fan when I was growing up. Mickey was his guy. He loved the Yankees so much, I hated the Yankees as a kid. And then I said, well, I can't hate the Yankees because my dad loves them. But I grew up in Michigan, so I became a Tiger fan. Flat out Tiger fan. All 4 Detroit sports I've been my whole life. But to this day, my dad, Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, he'll throw down with people. Mickey Mantle, the greatest living player. And I just respect it. And I've always respected the Yankees. I was able to manage the last All-Star game in Yankee Stadium in 2008.
That's right.
And one of the best moments in my life in uniform, that was the night they had all the living legends out there that were still alive at each position. Go ahead.
I was at that game with my wife. And
they walked off and came out the third base side, and I got to shake hands with each and every one of them. I was blown away.
Very cool.
That had a big dream.
Josh Hamilton made history that home run derby, that All-Star game too. He hit.
That was crazy.
Oh, amazing.
That was the year of the old Yankee Stadium, so they went all out.
Exactly.
They went all out.
Fantastic.
Your experiences the couple of years that you were with the New York Mets. Did you like playing in New York? What did you feel? And it's too bad that they didn't have the like in a league at that point. That would have been nice. That would have been pretty cool.
It was so much fun being a Met. I lived out in Glen Cove, 39N. My oldest daughter was born in North Shore General Hospital in Manhasset.
Oh, sure.
And Roger McDowell and I would come in to Port Washington. We'd carpool in and we'd take the train in, and the train would let us off at Shea Stadium, which they weren't supposed to do. We'd slip the guys, a couple dollars along the way, and we had our own stop. I loved New York. I loved the atmosphere, the vibe. I was an extra man on a club. I backed up Strawberry, Foster, Ray Knight, Keith Hernandez, and Gary Carter. So there wasn't a lot of playing time. Davey Johnson took over. We were just starting to get good. I can remember some nights. I remember one night when I think Fernando pitched for the Dodgers and Doc pitched for us. It took us 2 hours to get out of the ballpark after the game.
Wow.
I mean, it was nuts. We were just starting to get good. The Met fans were alive again. Fantastic. I love going to New York. We were there this year. You know, we were back just a little while ago playing the Mets. Love New York City. We still go back every winter for about 5 days. We stay at the Plaza. We go see the Rockettes. We go see a couple plays. We do the Macy's thing. I mean, the real Santa, you know, is at Macy's all the way up top. And there's another real Santa at the Plaza. So don't forget that. New York City special.
Is it one? Go ahead, John.
No, go ahead, Jason.
I was going to ask you, is it one of the cities with your favorite food? If you had to pick cities with your favorite food, is New York one of them?
Absolutely. Chicago, New York. I love San Francisco. Kansas City for the barbecue, in St. Louis. I played in both those places, so I know there's good food everywhere, guys. But the big cities, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. My son right now, Christian, is 20, and he's at the Culinary Institute of America in Poughkeepsie to become a pastry chef and a baker.
Nice. I come from the bakery.
Right.
Italian bread, rolls, heroes, you name it. That's right down my alley. So, hey, maybe we can hook up. We'll open up a beautiful bakery here in Staten Island, New York. That'll be great.
That would be great.
But no, I so appreciate you taking a few minutes for us, Clint. That it's an amazing run, and we couldn't be more proud of you for everything that you accomplished, and just being there for the kids, the books, their family, and what you sacrifice for the family, being away, a lot of the time, and what you sacrifice. We commend you. We commend each and every one of the players, because it's not an easy job. I mean, you guys are away 6-8 months of the year, and you have a wife, you have the kids growing up. Are you seeing confirmations? Are you seeing communions? Are you seeing all of this? And I know from my experience just working overnight that you miss so much. So I can imagine a player what they go through and all of that, and it's really it's just, we commend you for everything that you do and what you're still doing, and and not to mention you were a pretty good manager, my friend.
Well,
You're a
I
pretty
was
good
blessed
manager.
with an opportunity to do it for 17 years, so I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity, the people that believed in me to do it.
Yeah, well, like I said, we are going to. I'm going to put your book stuff on our channel, and because I know a lot of people already are saying, "What's the name of it? Where can I order it?" So I'm going to put it on there for you, and that's the least we can do to say thank you to you for taking a few minutes with us. There it is, the hurdleisms. There we go. All right, thank you, Jason, and just. Whenever you can, we'd love to have you back, Clint.
Well, thanks. I think we need to thank Nathan for putting this whole thing together, right? He's been our booking agent on both ends.
Yes, the guy is fantastic, and actually I have a little surprise for you.
There
he is.
What's up, Clint?
How you like that one?
That's very, very cool. My man, what's up? Thank you for doing this. Thank you for putting this together.
No problem. I was backstage the whole time.
That's a good man right there. That guy he's a helper, and he is a servant. He touches so many people with asking nothing in return. He's fantastic. Nathan, you're a good man.
Thank you.
I'm glad to know you.
I really appreciate it. Coming from you, that's amazing, and I'm just happy that you got another opportunity of coaching for the Rockies, bench coach, and it's like come full circle for you. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, I've been blessed. There's no doubt about it. I thank you guys for the opportunity to be on.
We wish you nothing but success.
Good luck tonight too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anytime you win 2 in a row, you can say you're streaking. So in the word, we're going streaking.
Listen, the time will come for the Colorado Rockies.
That's right.
Just like anybody else.
We're just building the house right now.
You've got a nice little core there, and you guys will be fine. Just listen, it's the major leagues. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And it was
Anything
very
to-
humbling that they asked me to come back and help. When the owner and the team president and the general manager ask you to come back and help, it's like the cows run from the storm and the buffalo run right to the storm, so they don't spend as much time in it. So I ran to the storm for people that I love.
Sure, and
Love
you
you
do,
like
and you definitely do a great job. But thank you so much for spending some time and giving us a
Yes.
perspective of what goes through a ball player's livelihood, the expansion, everything. And we'd love to have you again, Clint. Anytime you are going to be a big member of NY Yankee Mania, we really appreciate it.
Well, you guys will have to work through my agent right here, the COO of NR Media. He's
Yeah.
my agent.
Thank you
You
very
got
much.
Oh,
Thank
so I'm officially your agent, right, Clint?
All right.
Let's go.
It's
All
great
right.
to see people smiling. Thank you, Clint. You have a wonderful day. God bless you and your
Thank
family.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you, man. Have a good day.
Take-
Bye-bye.
Bye
Thank
now.
you.
Let's go. You
I
guys
think-
did it. You guys killed it. Great job. Let's go.
No, Jason had some good good questions and
And,
also
Brandon
putting up
Puffer-
the book. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, Brandon. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jason. That's awesome. Thank you. But Brandon Puffer texted me saying, "Let's go, Big Joe and Skip. Great stuff." So
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he was a really cool guy. And Clint was fantastic. I really appreciated the opportunity. And Jason, thank you. I can't thank you enough
And
for
Brandon Puffer,
sharing your precious time with us.
thank you. And Brandon Puffer, shout out to Brandon. He's got a great book too.
yep.
Yes, he does. Yes.
I bought his book. I read his book. It's fantastic.
And like I always say, Jason, anytime you have some time, please come and visit. Always, you're a big part co-host here of the show, and we love every minute that you could spare with us. And give us a win tonight, baby. We got to come back.
Let's
Let's
go.
Let's go, Yankees.
Let's go, Yankees. Who's on the mound tonight?
Will Warren
Well,
Will
okay.
Warren tonight.
facing Kyle Hendricks, the former Cub.
Oh, this guy.
Here's my prediction. Big one. 2 home runs by Belly tonight, and we're gonna explode.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys know, but JT Brubaker was in the locker room.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what do you think the in your opinion, what do you think? Who do you think's gonna go? De Los Santos,
No, I doubt it. Probably Ian Hamilton or Tim
Hamilton.
one of those guys. I'm guessing.
Mm.
De Los Santos, he throws multiple innings, and we need guys that can throw multiple innings. Just like Brubaker throws multiple innings.
Wait,
I'd rather have a couple of long relief guys. So I like Ian Hamilton, but I have a feeling he's probably going to be vulnerable at this point.
No, you're right. Ken is writing. Are you guys ignoring my questions? No, we're not ignoring your questions. We're just one after another. Things were just going, and you don't like to ask questions to players, so I don't know.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
Yeah, Ken, make us look. You know, you're doing an election,
Instigator.
and just listen to us.
Jeez Louise, dude.
But no, it was really good. Jason, did you get a chance to hear Brendan yesterday?
Brendan who, Puffer?
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he was also awesome. He was
I had him on the channel too. He was great.
yeah.
He was great.
Booked him for Jason's channel too.
Yeah.
And then also tomorrow, Thursday, we booked Alex Intron for here Thursday.
Nice.
If you want to be the co-host, Jason, there, you're more than welcome to for Alex Intron.
Thursday?
Yeah, at 2
Yeah,
p.m.
Jason. I didn't even get a chance to ask him yet. It's at 2 p.m.
Okay. I have to see. That Thursday's my birthday. My wife and
Oh.
Whoa!
early birthday, Jason.
Boy, that means I got to sing and I got to play my face.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
They're taking me to lunch before we pick up the girls from camp. So
okay.
I don't know if I'd be available 2:00. So, but I don't want to interrupt what you guys are going to do there. So do your thing.
No, if
Happy early birthday, Jason.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna sing the jingle here. I always do.
I'll wear my little hat, my little
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah, we want a picture of that, and
I'll probably wear it.
well,
I'll probably wear it
I'll
on.
do special. I'm definitely what I did on David Letterman. I'm gonna do it special for Jason. I'm gonna play my face of happy birthday for him,
Okay.
and we're gonna do that for you.
My kids went to a birthday party this past weekend, so I have that hat with the string around the chin.
Oh, I want to see that, man.
I might have to wear that Thursday for the if I'm doing a recording or something like that. So I might have.
Ken said, "Oh no." Real Bill said, "Ken, I'm running my generator now. He's got Real Bill has been through hell where he lives.
Where you live, Real Bill?
All right, ready for this?
Yeah.
Glenn Hurdle just said he enjoyed the show, but he said you're a good man. You're the only. So he told me you're good. You're a good man. You're the only reason I said yes, and now I'm glad I did.
We're glad that he came on. We thank him so much. That was a pleasure treating him.
He enjoyed the show.
It's a real pleasure when somebody that just easygoing and just down to earth comes and talks.
Well, they usually make the interviews easy, but some people just make the interviews so hard. Yeah. Not the player, but the ones doing it, that they all think, oh, I can do, and they can't. And I'm not tooting my horn. I'm not tooting anything, but common sense is really what it takes. And if you go with what how you do it to the player, they're going to enjoy the interview. I mean, why not?
Yeah, just read the room, check out the vibe. Like Clint is known for being able to connect with people, right? Being able to connect with players. That's one reason he's so loved and revered and trusted in the game. That's why players trust him, because he connects with them, and that's one of his parts of his.
By the way, Jason, Jake is saying, what about Efros would be the guy to go down?
Probably not.
No. Yeah, I mean, they just brought him up. They're not going to
brought him up. He hasn't pitched yet.
And they didn't have to, because the pitching has been great. We just don't hit. We're not hitting, but the pitching has been fine.
Yeah, the pitching has been decent. All these games have been one-run games, low-scoring one-run games. So the pitching clearly has done their job.
Yeah.
The bats have not. So.
Yeah. No, I think of it. I think tonight is going to be the night. Is the breakout night. I really do. I know I'm going to be calling 3 or 4 home runs tonight for the Yankees. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Plus, remember, Jason, we got the big lamp in back of us, so tonight is going to be the night.
Yeah.
And Jason, are you going to be on a little bit later on with any updates? Or what do you?
I'll put a show with the lineup out. I was going to record a video in a little bit. Then I have to work, so we're working on building another component to one of my companies. So,
well, good luck.
Good luck with that. Yep.
So I have a bunch of meetings and conference calls and interviews to do and all this type of stuff.
Awesome, but we of course always wish you luck. We're behind you, and God be with you with starting up what you're doing, and I'm sure it's going to be great. And with you at the helm, I'm sure everything's going to go great. It really will.
Steps, just small steps. I have to talk less and I have to listen more. So, and just got to read the room. I got to, it's about the client, it's about the customer. It's not about me. So
yeah, and that's true. That's true. But keep in mind for Thursday, when you go celebrate your birthday, we will definitely give you kudos. And I'm going to sing and I'm going to play for you. So there's no question about that. You can't miss that.
Yeah,
I'll do it in the beginning. I'll tell you. Make sure that you hear it, and your wife and the kids will have a little.
How was it working with David Letterman? By the way,
that was the funniest thing, man. He rolled over when I played. First I played, like I said, on my face. And then he asked me if I could play Happy Birthday for his secretary. I said, sure. And I played it, and they were rolling. He ended up giving me 4 tickets, first row to Mamma Mia. And I thought that was so great. And this was back in, I think it was, 2009 or 8? No, the year they had Joe Torre on with his book. Whatever year that was, I don't remember, 2009. So all corresponded with that. And that was all thanks to my cousin. We were outside we're going in, and a guy comes out. He goes, "Does anybody have any special talent?" And I'm just whatever waiting. And my cousin, who I wanted to choke her, she puts down over there. My cousin Joe can play his face. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a joke. All of a sudden, Paul Schaefer comes out. He says,
Oh.
"Who's Joe?" And I said, "Me." He says, "Come with me." And I went inside. We went to the office of David Letterman. And he goes, "Wait right here." He calls me in. He goes, "Okay, play your face." I said, "You got to be kidding me." I mean, I didn't know where to hide, guys. And I played it. He was rolling. They taped me and everything. And he says, "How do can you do?" I says, "Yeah, I can do Happy Birthday." And I did it. And it was just, then he put it on. He put the Happy Birthday on, and I'll never forget that.
Yo, check your Twitter later. We posted the show for today.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Does Clint Hurdle have a Twitter?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah. I tagged him in the tweet. I don't know if you saw it yet, but
Cool. I'll repost it too. Perfect. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle, he's big on social media, so that's
awesome, Nate. Nippa, we can't thank you enough for everything that you do for us. Really, it's just enormous when we all get together, man. You're getting the biggest hug and you're getting the biggest dinner you've ever had in your life. I'm telling you, I really, Real Bill goes, "Joe is killing me."
Oh God.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna get it now, Jason. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go again.
Uh-huh.
But no, it was really a lot of fun. It's
So John, I have a tweet from John Heyman here. Hold on, give me 1 second. It's no trade, but it's for the Devers thing. He said Rafael Devers is in San Francisco and presumably will be in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, no
Press
surprise.
conference is at 2:30 San Francisco time.
Definitely want to get that bat in the lineup
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
and I know one guy who's dancing in the streets, and that's Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
He's definitely
I
happy.
meant X. Sorry, X, not Twitter. X.
I can't tell the difference between the two. I just call it Twitter.
Look at Real Bill. Jason,
Joe,
take a look at this. Joe, did you come over the Nina, the Pinto, or the Santa Maria? Ay, Real Bill. Really.
Came over on Moshalou.
Yeah, I came over with
Anybody know what Moshalou is?
Who?
No.
Moshalou. Watch The Godfather 2.
Oh.
The boat that they come in on in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
There's a restaurant.
I should know that.
A restaurant in Philadelphia. That's where the boat is. It's
Okay.
parked in Philadelphia. It's called Moshalou.
Huh.
It's a real life
Wow.
restaurant. The food is fantastic. It's the boat from The Godfather 2.
Wow, I didn't. Yeah, that's right. Oh my
Mostly.
God, that's a good one. That's a real cool one.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie, Jace?
I kind of have I have a list. I'll give you my list. So, Godfather 1 and 2, Goodfellas, Hoosiers, Good Will Hunting, Dead Poets Society, Heat, Shawshank Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Scarface?
I like
I
Scarface.
love Scarface. That's a classic.
It's out of my top 10, but it's my 11 through 20. I love Al Pacino. I loved him in Heat. Loved him in Scent of a Woman is the other one I was going to mention.
Yeah.
Scent of a Woman was excellent. Yes.
That's kind of like my top 10 list right there. I had to have a sports movie in the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
So
Really? Did you? The only thing I was always disappointed with, guys, they never really put a really good Babe Ruth documentary or movie on.
Yeah, they
when not nothing like Luke. I think we were spoiled with Lou Gehrig, but the Babe Ruth one was not right at all. I mean, I wish somebody would. My God, I wish if I knew anything about that, I'd love to put together a beautiful movie about Babe Ruth.
who played him? John Goodman?
And William Bendix.
That's right.
Yeah, John Goodman. I mean, that was, there was no way they could have done a bang up job with that, and nobody picked it up. I was very surprised. Not Spike Lee, not any one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm surprised Spike Lee didn't pick it up. That's crazy.
If I knew anything about putting together a movie like that, believe me, I would jump on it. I swear to God, because it's missing. There should be a really, really great Babe Ruth story movie.
Yeah, they should be, but I love all the classic baseball movies. So like Sandlot, Bill Durham. I love Billy Chapel movie. What's that movie?
I love the game. Love
Yeah,
the
love
game.
yeah, and then Major League. I love all those movies, and even Remember the Titans is one of my top ones.
Well, you know what's really good too? The League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Remember that? And they ended up getting an ice cream in Baskin Robbins, if you remember the baseball nut.
Yeah.
I still love that's my favorite ice cream from Baskin Robbins, the baseball nut.
Yeah.
But I really like that movie. I a lot of good stuff came out of that. It was a lot of fun.
But
see, that was real. That was real.
Yeah.
The Babe Ruth story was just like here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
They talked about the St. Mary's, him being an orphan, but that's it. It's just like, boom, let's just go to the hot dogs. Boom, let's go to the Yankees. It just wasn't real. And I mean, Lou Gehrig's story was real, but the lines, I mean, I know them word by word. I mean, that movie was just, it's just always the sad part, obviously, is at the end. But there was some funny, like you're going to work, Papa, stuff like that. Lou.
Can't forget
that Babe Ruth was very good too.
Yeah.
There was some.
Can't forget The Natural either.
The Natural, yeah.
Robert Redford.
That was very. Moneyball was good too.
Draft Day.
I love Moneyball. Moneyball was a great movie. Yep, I agree there, Joe. Moneyball.
Yankees were announced on there for a lot of the time, which was
Yeah.
great. Pride of the Yankees, like I said, Ken. Gary Cooper was super in that movie. My God, I mean, a lot of that was awesome. And you guys, I don't know if you guys ever experienced going to Yankee Old Timers Day when Mrs. Ruth and Gehrig, came, and that was an experience. Oh my God, I was like, wow, growing up, wow, these two were married to those two, and it is just you go in awe. You go in awe, really. Those were the days. Old Yankee Stadium. I don't know about you guys, but I just had.
I've been to Old Yankee Stadium before. I went to one of the playoff games at the Old Yankee Stadium.
We had season tickets to Old Yankee Stadium. My mom.
Now we're talking about the one that was rebuilt in '76, right? With the old one.
What's the address of it? 161 River Ave.
161.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I named my channel. I named my channel after to pay homage to the house the Ruth built.
That's great. Now it's East 161.
Yep.
Yeah, East
161. Yeah, no.
But that old stadium was louder than this stadium. It was louder than the stadium.
Yeah.
And I was at Dwight Gooden's no-hitter, David Cohn's perfect game, Jim Abbott's no-hitter, the 96 World Series clincher, the 99 World Series clincher. We gave away the tickets to David Wells' perfect game. Gave it to my mom's coworker. She went to the game.
You gave away tickets for that game?
We didn't realize he was going to be a perfect game.
Jason? Do you know if they still have the ticket to that?
I don't know.
There's a guy on Facebook Messenger. If you have a ticket to any of the perfect games, he's offering over $1,500 for one day.
$1,500. Wow.
We got David Cohn's.
Oh wow.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We had season tickets until 2008, and then when the new stadium came out, in order to keep the same seats, it was a 1,000% markup in price.
Yeah.
So it was $115,000 to keep the new seats for the season.
That's insane.
So we were like, and that's down payment on the house. So
Ken is going. Don't forget the rookie.
Yeah. American Dog.
Rom.
Yep. Those are the two Indian kids. Remember that story?
I remember. So,
Ken wants. So I'm going to see my team and I can reach out to those two Indian kids to come on, and then
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Moneyball. Yeah, Moneyball. My cousin. Let me show you this. So my cousin's a police officer, and he's also in SAG, which is Screen Actors Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my cousin. Who's he bodyguarding right now? Brad Pitt.
Oh wow.
Wow.
The guy right behind him is my cousin Nicky.
Oh,
Awesome.
is he still bodyguard?
Yeah,
He travels with them all the time, all over. Wow, that's nice.
that's him. That's yesterday. Him and
Does
Brad.
he,
Brad Pitt?
where
Brad
does he live
Pitt?
in
Premiere
California?
for F1. He's doing a premiere for F1 in New York.
Oh wow.
The movie.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Just reminded me
Well,
when you mentioned Moneyball. It made me think of Brad Pitt.
Does,
So he's
does
still- he's still
anyone
bi-
here remember Leslie Nielsen's scene at the baseball game? He
Another
was the umpire.
Naked
That
Gun.
was hysterical, and they're dancing, and
Yeah.
he's feeling the underarms and everything, and then Reggie Jackson's the killer.
Exactly.
Speaking of Reggie Jackson, have you guys seen the movie Naked Gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He was in, he had one part, that robot part.
Yeah,
Remember?
the robot. I'm gonna get oh my god, we're gonna kill the king.
And then she shoots the lady, the big fat lady, falls up the upper deck, and
Yeah.
she crushes Reggie Jackson.
And then O.J. Simpson go with in the wheelchair.
The hospital. Yeah.
Well, as a funny movie, I'm sure you guys, and Jason, with your humor, I'm sure you enjoy this. You must love Airplane.
My top 5 funny: Airplane, the original Porky's,
Porky's, oh my god.
the original Revenge of the Nerds, Blazing Saddles,
Oh yeah.
and those are kind of my favorites.
Porky's was hysterical.
Porky's was
Oh
nuts.
my god, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah, and it's another movie called PCU.
Yeah.
That's with Jeremy Piven. It's a very funny movie too. Those are kind of like my funny.
Ken
Another
said,
another one we grew up with, if you remember, Fast Time at Ridgemont High.
I saw that the other day. It was on TV. Sean Penn,
Yes.
baby.
That funny.
Yeah.
Coley.
Totally awesome.
That Cody Bellinger is Jeff Spicoli of the Yankees.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Forget it. I mean, they had some the lines in those shows.
Is, Ken mentioned Cinderella Man. I love the Cinderella Man was awesome too. I like that movie. I love Cinderella Man.
Raging Bull.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Spaceballs.
Baseballs, bench
It
warmers.
was in production, according to Real Bill.
So is
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2. Happy Gilmore 2 comes out in July on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right.
He produced it in New Jersey golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple of wrestlers in that too.
Yeah.
MJF is going to be in that movie. And I think, if I'm not the man, with Becky Lynch, I think she's in it.
Becky
I'm not
Lynch.
sure. It's one or the other. It's one of them, but I know MJF is definitely in it, so I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of WWE, Nikki Bella is going to be at Fanatics Fest this weekend.
Yep. Yep. Oh boy, that's my dream match. I want Tiffy, and I want Mariah May, and I
Maybe
want
we'll see a live match there at Fanatics Fest.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to make my way there. If everything goes good, I'm gonna show up. I am gonna go.
She
I
was
would love to be there.
probably the most charming of all the wrestlers I've ever met.
Mhm.
Mickey Bella. She was so down to earth, so cool. And
And it's funny because she was. They were bad at the time, and they were always good with the kids. The good ones are the bad ones. They don't want to be bothered. Rest in peace, Andre the Giant. He didn't care if you were a little boy or not. Don't come near me, like that. And he was, when he talks, you got to listen. So you got to move away. But it's so great in these streams that, you could talk about everything, and it's the fan base loves it. All the chats love it. And it's so down to earth, Our shows are really down to earth, and that's what it's all about. You got to enjoy what you do. You can't just come on and say, "Well, the Yankees are in a tailspin," and come on.
I don't even entertain that stuff. I don't.
Right. I know, and you're down. I know you're true blue. You always look, no matter how bad things are going. You always look at the bright
side. I die with the team, no matter what. I don't.
You're right. You're right.
I don't do it.
But
again, I'm also speaking from a former baseball player perspective too. Like this, we as athletes go through this stuff, and this is a long season. So, and it's just something that happens. And the fact of the matter is, when you don't have bench depth beyond the guys. The people just say we got to get rid of Volpe. Who are you going to replace him with?
You're not going to bring up George Lombard because right now, number one, he's not ready.
He's not ready yet.
A couple people today comment and say we got to get rid of Volpe and bring in Bobby Witt. Do you actually think the Royals are going to trade Bobby?
They're not going to give up Bobby Witt. They just signed him to extension too, right? Did they sign him to extension?
Yeah, like
Yes,
200
they
plus million. Yeah. And then people saying, let's trade Volpe for Jacob Wilson from Ace. That's not going to happen either.
Nope.
Like, come on. It's not going to happen.
There's a couple of guys you could replace, but, Volpe is not one of them.
No.
I mean,
you can replace what's his name, DJ. I mean, but he's doing good, so I don't want to replace him yet.
Doing well, but can he do it for the rest of the season? Only time will tell. But listen, I think they've reached rock bottom as far as the hitting at this point. I don't think it can get any worse without them getting no-hitted. God forbid, I don't even want to say that. But I'm just saying, like, it's got to get better than this, guys. It can't get any worse. And they're playing so bad, but they're still 3 games up in the loss column. They're 2.5 games up. They can very easily win 3-4 in a row, and they'll be back up to 5-6 games. We wouldn't even have this conversation anymore.
Well, exactly. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but like this team, when a lot of guys are hot, they're hot. But at the same time, a lot of guys are cold at the same time. And it's just that's what we're going through right now. It's not like 2 guys and then everybody else stinks. It's like 7 guys not hitting, and then on the other end, 7 guys are killing the ball. So it's just kind of the way the offense has been operating.
And like Real Bill says, Volpe is still a Gold Glover.
Yeah.
No matter which way you turn, he's still a good glover. And I still believe, Jason, that the best out of Volpe is when he bats lower in the lineup. Nothing's going to change my mind because I just feel the pressure is different for him. And if you look at the stats, I mean, he hits very well, 7th or 8th. That's where he belongs. And it looks like Wells is like the same thing. Higher in the lineup, maybe more pressure. I don't know what it is. They won't admit it. But I really believe that down there, we're going to get the best out of those 2 players.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I think in terms of Wells, I mean, 9 or 1. 9 or 1 for Wells at this point. Yeah. Based on what we have now, right? You bring in Brendan Donovan, nobody's playing 1 but Brendan Donovan.
Do you think that's going to, if things don't go well for the rest of it, whatever, and they don't win the championship, will they go after a leadoff hitter?
It depends on who. It really depends on who. I think a guy that can create havoc on the like. I've talked about Donovan for years. Mm-hmm. He's the only guy I would give up top pieces for.
Yeah, I know. You've said that since day one. Real Bill says, time to ditch the torpedo bats. I can't stand the gimmick crap anymore.
Well, the torpedo bats doesn't help. It's not really helping them hit more pitches.
Right.
So, it's a different distribution of the weight in the bat. So, it causes more launch and stuff like that on the ball, but that could obviously be offset by rain. It could be offset by whatever might be going on right now. We don't know. But
meantime, our boy Jonathan's going to be at the game tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll bring us a little bit of luck. Hey, Stephen B., welcome to the chat. I know there was a mistake.
You damn right. Yeah. The fish is Luca Brasi.
Yeah, Luca Brasi. Oh, my.
I'm very honored that you've invited me to your wedding. I hope you have a masculine son.
That guy's talking to himself, Michael. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Diane Keaton, baby.
My God. You guys do know Adam Sandler's a huge Yankee fan, don't you?
Yeah.
I had a talk with him. He was doing the movie where I worked in our lobby. And what a cool guy. And, he was saying, he said, oh, man, I want another championship. I says, you and me both, baby. You and me both. But he really is. He anytime he can, he's there. He's watching. And, hopefully we'll get there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jonathan, I hope you really enjoy the game tonight. Bring him some luck. And I want to call 4 home runs tonight. None of this crap anymore.
Come on, Jonathan, bring some good luck, like Joe said. Let's go. Come on.
I'm sick of donut. Like Ken says, donuts. I don't want to see. I mean, I love donuts, but I don't want to see them anymore.
Yep. The only donut I want to see is on the bat as an extra weight when it's swinging.
That's right. That's right. You know, it's time. It really
All right,
is.
what's your guys' predictions on Will Warren tonight?
5 and a third. 5 and a third.
5 and a third.
Keeps him in the game. I mean, if you can go 6, I'll take that. I mean, Schmidt almost went 8 yesterday, so.
I'm gonna say 6 innings.
Yeah.
Couple of hits, maybe 4 strikeouts, runs, 1 or 2, maybe 2. I think the Yankees are going to score at least 8 runs tonight. I really do. I feel it in my bones.
We also need the guys to get on base before Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
So that it's harder for Ron Washington to actually walk Judge.
Yep.
So, if you get these guys out, it's easy to walk Judge, right? If you don't get him out, then you don't walk Judge, or if you either have to pitch to him, or if you're going to walk him, you're going to have 2 or 3 guys on base for Cody Bellinger and Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, so for Warren,
in front of Judge, have to get on base.
Yeah, but for Warren, I have him going 6-7 innings, probably 2 runs, 7-8 strikeouts, 5-6 hits, and then like probably 1 or 2 walks.
Sign me up.
Who's going to be the starter? Who's going to be the star of the game with the bat?
I'm going to say Judge, Stanton, Goldschmidt, and then the catcher, whoever's that catcher. Oh wait, it's Escara.
Escara, because he connects well with it.
Yeah. So Escara.
I'm telling you, I think Bellinger is going to have a huge night tonight. I really do. Hopefully he's playing. That's number one. But Jonathan said, "I'm not going to send you guys donuts. I'm sending you guys pictures."
He's going to send
Leave it to Jonathan with his.
He's going to send us pictures of eating the damn donuts. That's what he's doing.
But yeah, no, with some of the things going on, we got to let. Stephen B. already started. Joe wants Dino. I don't know if you know the story about that, Jason, but they're all comparing me with Dino Bravo, the ex-WWF superstar. Don't you start. I've had enough.
Okay.
I've had enough of that. Jason
God.
C. there putting me on. This is Joe. This is NY Yankee Mania. Dino Bravo.
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, at least I have a mascot anyway.
Yeah, that's right, man.
I mean, I've come that far. I'm small potatoes, but I've come that far. Ken says Pablo Reyes hero bat.
That's it.
You want Pablo Reyes on the show?
Real Bill now. Get this one. Real Bill's now. All of a sudden, he's starting a fan club for me. I'm Bubba Ray Dudley now.
Bubba Ray.
You want Pablo Reyes on the show?
No. No.
Oh my goodness gracious!
A Disco Dino. I mean, I don't understand, guys.
All right. Do you remember Stephen Wright, the knuckleballer?
Yeah, of course.
From the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're connected with him too. So he told me he's currently looking at your show, and he's interested in coming on your show, but he's looking at what you do and to see. So he's going to let us know when he can come on your show. So.
Well,
nice.
Thank you.
So he's looking at we sent him your YouTube link to him, and he's looking it over for you. So,
well, thank you. That would be great. That would be. Let me ask you something. Is there anybody that you don't know? Is there anybody that can you get me Tiffany Stratton?
I mean,
can you
I
don't like to ask. You know me. I don't ask.
We have connection to all these people. It's just a matter of they're interested.
I know. Well, I know Jason will come on with what? Nikki Bella.
I love
Tiffany.
Tiffany Stratton.
I'm not coming on with Nikki Bella unless she's sitting next to me.
What about if she's like next to you on the screen? I mean, come on.
Tiffany Stratton.
Guys, we got to get together one day and go to a wrestling match.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That would be hysterical.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get you Pablo Reyes and JD Davis combined together on the show.
Nice.
You want the ratings to? I mean, I have small potato ratings as it is. Now you want me to go all the way down to the tubes? Are you kidding me or what?
Don't worry. Nathan and I are working on we're going to try and get Caitlin Clark on here.
Oh yeah, we're working on that right now as we speak.
Oh, you guys, that would be awesome.
My team emailed her management team, so let's see what happens.
That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think not for nothing, but I think the Liberty are going to do it again this year.
They're undefeated still, I think, right? Let me see.
No, I think they lost one game.
The Fever. Caitlin Clark scored 34 on them.
They lost to the Fever. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. But they're an awesome team. But they are an awesome team. They really are.
Yeah.
And I always ribbed Nick fans sometimes. Well, the Liberty did it before the Knicks.
Yeah.
I used to really love WNBA when I was working at the Garden.
Becky Hammond.
Those fans are so passionate.
Becky Hammond, Rebecca Lobo.
Hammond, she was great.
Rebecca Lobo from UConn.
Yeah, remember that? That was awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. We can get you other players from different sports on the show, or you want to keep it strictly baseball players on this show?
Wrestling.
No. Wrestling, I know wrestlers, but on this show, do you want to keep it baseball players, or you want to do other sports on here?
Well, while we're going strong on baseball, we should keep it baseball. But as we get, if we get a lull like the All-Star week or something like that, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi, on here?
Oh my God, Steve Lombardi! I was at so many TV tapings. He was a nut. Good guy though. Good guy.
Or Tito Santana.
Tito. Arriba!
Woo!
From Tacuna, Mexico, Tito Santana. He lived in Staten Island,
Yeah.
Yep, he lived right here. I saw him like 2 times one time at a restaurant, and one time he was at this big gathering with Howie Finkel.
Look at Ken. Ken's
What
Ken,
is he saying there?
He's done coasting. Thanks for memories. I think Ken's a little sad because he's not being included in the discussion.
Ken, come on, you know me better than that. You think I'm gonna throw you to the curb? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Bring Ken on here. Bring Ken on here real quick.
Take my spot, Ken, because I got to get back to work, man.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Anytime you come on,
thank you, Jason.
You are definitely welcome. And let's do it soon, okay, Jace?
All right, guys. Ken.
Oh, God. My love to the 3 little ones and the family, okay?
Yes.
You got it. Yo! And then there were 2, as always.
Tozo.
Joe reminds me of an escape. What?
No, Bozo, man. Come on, man.
He reminds me of an escape from Rikers. Gee, thanks a lot, Real Bill.
Okay, we're 1 hour and 48 minutes into the stream now.
Sheesh.
Joe, we're 1 hour and 48 minutes into the stream.
Yeah, no, I know. But people are still here, so... You're talking about it. Joe reminds me of the Brooklyn Brawler. Oh, my God. Yeah, really, guys. Co-hosting. Oh, my God. Thanks for the memories. Who sang that? Quickly.
What?
Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Who sang Thanks for the Memories?
Oh, hold on. Oh, is that, what's his name? Damn. Why am I know the guy. I know the name.
I know you're a little young, but Jace, you got to know this.
I forgot the name.
Bob Hope.
Yeah, Bob Hope. Okay.
Oh my God.
I guess I'm done posting. Oh no! If people review your show, they want me here fighting with you.
Well, then don't hide behind the. Well, I don't want to say what you're doing, but don't hide behind that. Get your buns in front of your computer and come back on where you belong. Real Bill says Joe could wrestle in an orange jumpsuit, poke eyes, kick groin, foreign objects. Man, the respect I get on my own show. Do you believe this? Yeah, and he's not even talking over there. He's just taking it in. Nitin CT cards will enjoy it at all of them, Stephen B says.
Wait, what? LMO, thank you.
Stephen B says, in my opinion, thank you, Nitin. CT Cards will enjoy it. Will enjoy it everything. I mean, like us fighting and everything. So, as always. But no, but seriously, I thought the interview went well. How did you perceive the interview? Were you satisfied with it?
Yes, it went great.
Good. I'm glad.
Good.
But no, I everyone, thank you for being here on the stream for the whole time. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody in the email, thank you so much. As I said, everyone, now if there's any news throughout the day, we will bring it to you. We should have the lineup out before we come on live. And remember, NY Yankee Mania will be doing the play-by-play tonight. And hopefully Ken, as soon as he can, will come on the stream a little bit later on and help us out. And
you see what Bill said?
No, I'm afraid. In a tuxedo, he can be the Penguin. Gee, thanks. The respect I get. And after all the nice things I always said about Real Bill, and all he does is put me down. Ken, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with the elections, Ken.
Yeah, good luck with the elections. And I know somebody's going to win, but hey, whoever it is, it is. But but no, what's this? J.D. Davis and Pablo. Yeah. Okay. No, those days are over. But I guarantee you, nobody's going to pick Pablo up. He's going to go to AAA, and somehow he's going to find his way back.
What's up, Marshall Brown?
Oh, there's the bodyguard.
Yeah.
There's the man. He's finally arrived. Where were you when they needed you? Where were you? How you doing, Marshall? Welcome to the stream again. Thanks for coming on. I hope you heard the interview with Clint Hurdle. If you didn't, you can go right back to the tape and take a listen. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm okay. Jake says, yeah, it's bad that I want the Peraza gone over Pablo. I don't know if I agree with that. Do you? Big N, do you agree that you want the Peraza gone over?
No, I wanted Pablo gone.
Oh my God!
Not Peraza, Pablo gone. Yep.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Well, like you said, we are gaining to 2 hours, everyone. So, Big N, do you have some final comments? And will you join with us for a little while tonight on the play-by-play?
I'll try. I don't know. Let's see.
Boy, that's real comforting.
That's
real comforting. Oh, I'll see. I go on others.
Because I'll be live at Trent Thunder Stadium, and I also have our first board meeting for my condo, the complex. So,
good luck. Good luck. Thanks. And if they were smart, they'd throw you out. I mean, no. If they were, I'm just kidding. All right.
Well,
listen, you have a wonderful day. Thank you for all you do.
Great job at the interview today. Let's go Yankees.
Thank you, Nib. You have a great day. All right, everyone. So the recap basically, it was a great interview with Clint. I want to thank Jason from 161 to lend a hand. He did a great job. Nitin, because of the fact that he does such great work for NY Yankee Mania, I can't thank him enough. And I can't thank you, the fan, you, the chat, you, the fans, enough. You guys are super. You stood with the whole interview the whole time, and you've been with me now for 2 hours and literally 2 months, and a little over 2 months. I can't thank you enough. The channel's growing little by little. We do need more likes, and we do need more subscribers. They're coming little at a time, but they're coming. And the more that happens, the more I promise you that we will share here on NY Yankee Mania. So tonight, also, everyone, I really do believe that the Yankees are going to break out. This is definitely going to be the night for this to happen. And I do want to give a shout out to hey Yankee Mania fans, Joseph. owned by Yanni of Remax Elite at 917-273-7269, is an agent for over 30 years and one of the nicest guys in the business. If you are looking to sell your home and just have any questions at all, please call Joseph at 917-273-7269, 917-273-7269. When you do call Joseph, again, ask him. It doesn't matter if you live in New York or you live in Florida. Ask him. He will give you the best advice, especially if you're a first-time owner or seller. And you'll be glad that you did if you mention New York Yankee NY Yankee Mania. So please do that. I want to give a shout out again in the stream to Richmond Valley Pharmacy. They do a great job promoting the show. They have it on their system all the time. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you that are also listening at their desk, like Jeff, who wrote in our chat earlier this morning around 7:30 to say that he was going to be on the whole time. He just couldn't ask any questions, but so I really appreciate that. Then there's Bob Rizzo, John Ferrazzo, who usually come on later on, and they'll probably be on with my stream tonight. So with that involved, everyone, any breaking news, I will let you know. NY Mania will be there on top of it. We'll get you the lineup, and then we'll do the live play-by-play here. Please tell everyone you know who's a Yankee fan. Tonight we'll have some fun, and we're going to break out. I promise. We've got the light, the neon lights, and all of you great fans. So let's go Yankees. Jonathan says, I put breaking news on. Jonathan, you have breaking news? Oh, here we go. Yankees following Monday's game returned J.D. Baker from the rehab assignment. Okay, great. I appreciate that. We don't know what the corresponding move is, but we might know today. So thank you for that, Jonathan. You're Johnny on the spot. Your perfect name for Jonathan. And again, any help from you guys, you want to talk, you want to say anything, please tell us, and we'll always be here. We're all family. With that in mind, everyone, we will see you tonight at 7 p.m. live with the play-by-play. And hopefully the Yanks will bust out and we'll enjoy a few home runs and have a lot of fun. See you at 7. And like I always say, God bless each and every one of you, all the content people everywhere. And also, most important, God bless America. God bless the Yankees. Let's go, Yankees. Have a great day, everyone. See you tonight.